What happens when you bring the producer of Kimi no Na wa, a Ghibli film animator, a Japanese rapper with an angelic voice, legendary directors, and the studio responsible for the Monogatari series and Madoka Magica all together? Fireworks. I've seen Your Name, Kimi no Na wa at sold-out theaters in Japan multiple times. I've seen it in sold-out US theaters. It was a worldwide phenomenon that reached the hearts of those who don't even regularly watch anime. It pushed me so far as to explore the film's real-life locations spread all across Japan. So you can imagine the trepidation of the producer, Genki Kawamura, who has to follow that up, the highest-grossing anime film of all time, with another film. Well, he played to his strengths on this one in an attempt to not only recreate, but embellish on an already beloved Japanese live-action film from 1993 of the same name.
Norimichi-kun, 今日の花火大会行くの?
Since it would be impossible to recreate the original performances, the way forward was inviting the overwhelming imagery of Shaft Animation Studio and Akiyuki Shinbo, director of one of my most beloved anime, the Monogatari series. With Kizu Monogatari films, I've also seen both in the US and Japan at sold-out theaters. Now with serious main talent coming together for one film, director Shinbo, One the scriptwriter, and Kawamura the producer, who are all fans of each other's work, began bringing the animation to life with the help of Studio Ghibli animator Kakeochi. Add female rapper DAOKO into the mix, one of my favorite artists for years and years now, and I was starry-eyed every single time I saw advertisements all over Japan for the film last year.
Nazuna つうか告りてんだけど。じゃあ私が勝ったら何でも言うこと聞いて。よーい、スタート!
DAOKO's music video for the animation Uchiage Hanabi has garnered over 150 million views, and I was finally able to meet her and become friends with her Japanese DJ Teddy Lloyd last year as well, so hopefully you'll see him on the channel one day. Shouts to Teddy Lloyd, I love you, man. Now I may have already seen the film in Japan. As you can see, I picked up some of the Japanese promo posters, but thanks to G-Kids, I was also able to see the English dub early before the release, and they are bringing both versions of the film to US theaters next month, and you can go pick up tickets in the description right now. While you're at it, you can also go enter the giveaway G-Kids and I are hosting for 2 free tickets to the movie, a Fireworks movie poster, and some more exclusive merch for the movie. Links to everything will be in the description. If you are fans of the channel, please support this movie for me, guys. I adore everyone involved, Studio Shaft conceiving the most amazing visual direction, DAOKO, and of course G-Kids who are bringing the film to America. Now, how do you follow up the mega hit love story Your Name? Well, with another love story by all means. The shy boy Norimichi and unruly friend Yusuke both happen to be in love with the same girl. The oh so cruel fate of a boy's childhood. And you can easily see why they adore her, bearing in mind the breathtaking female heroine Nazuna was reinvented by the minds of Studio Shaft. Naturally, her mother remarrying for the 3rd time brings about the most cliché juvenile response to parental quarrels, running away from home. Nazuna secretly wishes Norimichi to accompany her to Tokyo from their small countryside and carry out a Kakeochi, the Japanese word for eloping, like mother, like daughter, right? But with her mother taking notice and Yusuke interfering, things don't exactly go as planned for the two lovers, provoking a tale of youthful dreams and immature impulse. The entire film pushes the boundaries of a what-if, reset-the-clock, second-chance fantasy situation, awakening reminiscent adolescence in the viewer. Fireworks can so emotionally sling the audience straight back into memories of their own childhood love, the same way the glowing ball Norimichi discovers can give him a second chance to be with Nazuna. Personally, I really enjoyed this film and passionately felt the urgency of young lovers underscored by Shinbo. Shaft consistently focuses on abstract details, cleverly using animation techniques that are not constrained by reality, which is why they so perfectly fit a film that distorts reality with each toss of a magic ball. Like every other heroine they fashion, with her adult-like physique and practical uniform, ravishing lips, and eyes so enticing they allow you a glance into her soul, Nazuna embodies the classic Shaft studio striking head tilts and the passionate romantic ideals of a young boy.
再婚するんだお母さん。もし俺が島田くんが勝つと思ってた。
Nazuna becomes this evanescent character in the animated film due to the way Shaft revitalizes her with amplified, fantastical movements that were far more limited in the live-action 1993 film. Similar to other leads in Shinbo animations, she's viewed through the male perspective, in this case Norimichi's, who is profusely mesmerized by her attraction, which is ultimately aiming to tell a story through the animation itself. It's very fitting because the screenplay writer One desired these naturalistic speeches and ambiguous dialogue to fully express the gimmicks and unconstrained medium that is animation.
Nazuna! やめてよ!
This is where I believe the animation in the film speaks for itself. One's desire for ad-libbing naturalist conversations leaves the viewer disoriented in the rewinding if Moshimo warp of time, because the time concept isn't explained and the main characters are just as lost as the audience is throughout the movie. And I also wanted to point out for Western viewers watching the Japanese version that Moshimo, the word Norimichi is screaming in Japanese when he pitches the ball, means if in English, which is fascinating as the town, the shrine, and the festival name on the board he launches the ball at are all named Moshimo. It's like a Japanese play on words you might miss in English, and later on you also realize the word if is lighted up inside the actual ball. The entire movie is based on this concept of what if Moshimo, and I think the film faces some criticism from the confusion in viewers attempting to uncover the Moshimo plot and the motives behind the characters at the same time. Especially the first time I watched the film, I spent most of my time contemplating the simple question as to why Norimichi is so infatuated with Nazuna and is hyper-focused on being with her when they have no explained backstory or specific reason to even like each other. And this was seriously irritating me because in typical romances, there is a reason and a story behind why one character likes another. And it was only later that I just realized these characters are junior high students who in the beginning didn't really need more of a reason than she's physically attractive, okay, I'm in love now. The larger than life personalities and staging of these characters led me to think that they were older than they actually are. This should have been obviously apparent to me when Norimichi's classmates at the height of puberty are harassing their well-endowed teacher in the beginning of the movie talking about cup sizes. But eventually Norimichi's shock of Nazuna's public family breakdown, her reciprocated puppy love, and Yusuke's rejection of her is what I believe led to his compassionate affection for her rather than his original superficial fake adolescent fantasy of Nazuna's sex appeal. As for Nazuna, I really felt she thought of Norimichi as more than her Kakeochi boy after she sang the song to him. It was still a childish love, but these feelings better help me understand our character's motivation, and I think it's important to consider when watching this film. I honestly think it deserves a second or third viewing if you complain about its uncertainty on the first viewing and you're struggling to understand the what-if concept, the character's motivation, and the development of their true feelings. The Japanese cast was filled with young star voice actors, and I personally thought Suzu Hirose acclimated to Nazuna's captivating transient bravura and troubled teen angst wonderfully. Hirose is well known in Japan as live-action Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso's female lead, as well as Mamoru Hosoda's The Boy and the Beast or Bakemono no Ko's female lead. While Masaki Suda plays Norimichi, I feel his deep voice causes the character to feel a bit too old for his age, and this is one of the only times you'll ever hear me say this because 99% of the time I prefer the original Japanese voices over English. But I thought Norimichi's English voice actor better fit the youthful nature of the character, and I enjoyed it because it further reinforced the character's timid personality and nervousness around this girl he's crushing on, rather than a bit of confidence maybe, which is what I felt from the Japanese voice actor. As I've already stated, DAOKO's voice was perfect for this film, contributing the romantic ambiance the film was longing for. She gave the much-loved tune Forever Friends a new life, and the Uchiage Hanabi song was nothing less than a masterpiece. For those who have seen the original, Hirose elegantly hums a classic 1980s pop song that was key in the creation of the fantasy princess scene on the train. Some of the piano OST also really gives it that Bakemonogatari feel, like you're about to unravel some rapid metaphorical dialogue or you're puzzled as to what exactly just happened. Now, as for the ending, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's obviously open to interpretation from the viewer. From the beginning, we know Nazuna is supposed to move away. Whether or not that actually happened and Norimichi left to find her is a tad too conceited for me because it promotes wish fulfillment and Norimichi just resetting the world as he pleases, and the Kakeochi eloping was more of a childish imitation of her mother's actions, which is why I believe the shards of desires showing the two in Tokyo were only wishful fantasies. Evidence throughout the film also hints at a double suicide, considering they literally say the words and the train ends up in the middle of the sea, and there are other hints scattered throughout the film as well, such as the two sinking into the ocean in the final scene, but I don't want to say any more than that, and I'll leave it up to your imagination to consider in theaters next week. I really enjoyed this film. Links to win tickets and go see the movie in partnership with G Kids are in the description. Go check it out, go buy tickets, chat with me more about the movie at Soul_animation on Twitter, and let me know what you thought in the comments as well about the movie. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to G Kids for bringing the movie overseas for everyone. Subscribe and join the guild, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ja, mata.
もしも